It's Friday, and I'm ready to swing. Pick up my girls and hit the party.
Hey,
It's
Friday
here. Welcome to the show. I'm Mariah Afolabi Brown. It's so good to have the ladies back. Hi, ladies.
Hi, Mariah.
Jooms are in the building.
Yo. Hello, Jooms. I want to sing for myself.
Those are yourself. Your fans on Wednesday in the audience like, where's Jumoke? I say, they are on schedule now. It's not every day that Jumoke is here. But
And then you called my name yesterday. I wasn't even supposed to be on schedule yesterday.
Yes.
You know, but it's great to be back. I enjoy my days off. I'm able to rest and sleep late into the morning.
And make money.
Make money.
Amen. And then watch the show at 9 a.m. So it's great to be back.
Any plans for the weekend, Jumoke?
Of course, you know I have a business meeting tomorrow, and then I'm going to be resting very well on Sunday.
Great. Biajulu in the building.
Yes.
What is your tattoo on your chest?
Oh,
and
God.
This deacon.
African woman.
Dickiness of Biajulu.
It's not.
Music
Thank
artist.
you. It's henna.
Okay.
Lali.
Okay.
It
African
goes
tattoo.
up.
Before somebody thinks that Dickiness with Lali, with tattoos.
They know.
Pastor, they carry back
understand.
the tattoo
We
now.
have pastors with tattoos.
Tattoo.
Yes,
So,
that's true.
how you doing, madam?
I'm doing amazing. Thank God it's Friday.
What are you doing this weekend?
Today is my radio show. So every
that's true.
night I'm going to take a glass of wine while I go on air and just talk to people about relationship stuff.
You should get feedback on your radio show.
Yes,
though.
I do.
Oh, they send you mail?
They send me
Oh,
mail. They
nice,
ask
nice.
me questions.
Oh,
I
and
didn't
nice.
even know you do radio.
I do.
Oh,
Yeah, she just started a few weeks ago, right?
Online radio.
No, it's been on for it's over a year now.
Oh, really?
I had to stop for a while, then
Oh.
I came back.
Oh.
Olayemi.
Excuse me. Miami on the show.
Thank you so much. It is so good to be back here on the show. Thank you for having me on the show. Meanwhile, Jumoke has been on my case since morning because when she came in, I attacked her. So she's been attacking me I'm like, Jumoke, forgive.
Do you see that they fix lashes for me?
Oh my gosh.
Just because you're on our show.
It's a good day.
To have you, honey pot.
Yeah,
Any
thank
plans
you
for the
so much.
weekend?
Well, I'll be working, I'll be resting, and I'll just be lounging and enjoying myself. I mean, the small time I have.
Honey pot. That matter now.
Which
Which
matter?
matters?
Wow, matter.
Which
You know,
one?
the man, you know.
The men.
Who's the man?
Who's the man?
Who's the
In
man?
the building.
The guy you
This
covered.
caught me unawares because
Who's
Mariah
the
didn't
man
tell me
that got
this.
you covered, girl? We want to know who Honey Pot is talking to. You know, you're a celebrity.
No, I don't even know what to say. Like, I am speechless.
Okay, think about it. Why are you thinking
Okay,
of the
maybe
answer?
I will be thinking about the man, but the thing is that I'm just enjoying life and I'm taking it to one step at a time. And it's just
True, true, girl.
So you know what, Honey Pot, we love you.
We love
So
you.
today there'll be a Funke Treasure Table Tennis Championship event on Tuesday, September 18th in Ibadan. The championship is aimed at developing the girl child from low-income families through sports and empowerment. So if you know a little girl who needs some empowerment, you've seen a lot of, this is Serena Williams and a whole...
started young.
They started young, so I think...
Encourage them to go on Tuesday.
Yeah. Funke works for Radio Nigeria and she's doing an amazing job there, trying to get young people involved in tennis. And so I think we should...
Is it general? I thought it was just for Oyo State.
So your,
No, she said that she's actually doing it. She's going to be in Oyo because she comes from Oyo and she feels like she started there. But that does not mean if you know anybody, the person cannot go all the way.
Okay.
Mariah, what are you doing this weekend?
honestly, I haven't thought about this weekend, but I know that Sunday...
So isn't rest something that you just
should
say,
plan?
I don't understand the girl.
Jokwano mia. Plan to rest.
Interesting, my mother-in-law made pumpkin. Have you guys eaten pumpkin?
No.
She bought,
That
she bought
big
like,
one.
She bought like 10 of these pumpkins. And I was like, what in the world is this? You know, and I was calling all my friends, do you eat pumpkin? I was getting worried. Like, stop, what is it? So, meaning, mommy, I'm sorry, because she was asking me to give my friends now. Meaning, nobody in Lagos understands what this thing is.
I know it's
So I
nice.
now returned it home. She now cooked it yesterday. Oh my
Like pottage,
goodness.
yam pottage, right?
Can you
Yeah,
I have
it's like,
never
yeah.
eaten anything like it before.
Whoa.
Fantastic.
give us the recipe?
Need free recipe. That day, no, I'm a jet on
People should now come over and taste it so that the next time they know.
But I am definitely finishing it in my house. What? That thing is on point. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll go through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. The Punch. APC candidate Tinubu adamant about decision on Ambode. Obasanjo Saraki, world leaders beat Kofi Annan farewell. Alpha asked me to bring human heart, hands for money ritual, says suspect. Court awards 10.5 million naira compensation for journalists detained for 2 years. How Defense Ministry misspent 35 billion naira loan on substandard military equipment. Buhari removes Seyefa, names Bichi new DSS DG. Oshun begins payment of salary arrears. APC doomed with Buhari as sole candidate, says PDP. And single currency, Nigeria, Ghana, others fail to meet criteria. All right, the human interest story first.
So yeah, a 62-year-old herbalist, Ganiyu Idowu, on Thursday alleged that Anafa asked him to get human heart and 2 hands to make a potion, a ritual, to give them 11 million naira. They had another accomplice, another 62-year-old motorcyclist who joined them. So the 3 of them planned to kidnap the herbalist's apprentice. They took him to the forest where they planned to kill him. They were there while the police had already gotten an information that something like that was happening. So they mounted the surveillance. So when they got there, laid him on the floor, just about to kill him when the police got them. They had polythene bags with them, so they planned to kill him
and then cut him
in bits and pieces and put him in the polythene bag.
I really wonder when we're going to stop having stuff like this, because it continues. And it's still somewhere in the papers today that they kidnap corpses now. Like they go to mortuaries and then they pay them and then they do that.
Sell it.
So they sell. And so I really wonder what's the mindset when they tell you that you would get 11 million naira
for what?
Exactly.
Okay,
there's another story about,
I wanted to talk about Jones Abiwi, the journalist who was remanded in DSS cell for 2 years. So his counsel, senior advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, was able to get him compensation for the violation of his human rights. And Judge, I'd like to call the judge's name, Justice Nnamdi Dimkpa, awarded 10.5 million naira compensation to him to be paid by the federal government for violating his rights.
Well, this was now, a far cry from the 200 million naira that
they were asking for. Usually you ask for 500 million, but even in our laws, penalty for some of our offenses are still in the range of 5,000, 10,000.
2,000.
So for a judge to even award 10 million, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it gives us precedence to know that just don't hold anyone arbitrarily in cell without taking him to court for 2 years. So the DSS should please arrange themselves. At the end of the day, it's taxpayers' money that we use for these compensations.
So
hopefully we'll see how this will play out for Dasuki and
El Zakzaki.
Moving on now to The Nation 2019. Don't run to avoid defeat, APC tells Dogara. Air Peace orders 10 737 MAX planes from Boeing.
That's a laudable one.
I love that story.
Yes, it is commendable, and I do hope that Air Peace will not end up like Arik, because yes, you can be ordering for all of this.
Let me just take one more headline there. Osun government settles debts to workers with 19.6 billion naira. World leaders beat Annan farewell. And Victor Moses hints on likely Eagles return. So you're talking about the Air Peace.
So let me explain that story. They're not buying, so it's not outright purchase. They are going into partnership. So it's sort of lease. Rather, before they just used to lease and pay annually. Now with this partnership, Boeing is co-owning with Air Peace.
Okay.
And Air Peace has been competent, you know, for several years. So having new planes will make them more effective.
And they hear they're going to start some international lines soon. So hopefully we'll see.
So
maybe the Nigerian, the Nigerian airline should actually just partner with Air Peace. I don't know, just thinking.
Yeah,
but let's talk about Osun State.
Yes, so they disbursed, the federal government disbursed 19.8 billion naira to settle backlog of salaries.
Let me
wait, hold on.
Let me tell you what backlog.
Pension, okay?
The
pension from 2015 September.
Just 2015 September to December.
2015.
And then August salary.
August salary,
yes.
Wait, and that's 19.8 billion.
Yes.
Yes,
we don't know how many they are.
So they have salaries after now. They have to wait till 2022, Abby.
Before it's settled.
Before it's salaries from 2016, 2017, that one until further notice. But at least for now, they've gotten
their full salary for this month.
2015
pensions.
September to December, all their benefits have been paid.
Even leave allowance.
So should we clap for Osun State?
No, because
No, we're
I'm
not
wondering, are
clapping
they
yet.
supposed to be happy?
We're happy. There's no,
we
we
feel
have
something.
money now.
No,
Listen,
at least
be
this is
understanding.
something, yeah.
Osun State doesn't have money. They're not generating revenue like Lagos State.
I
So
don't
please be
get.
understanding.
Shouldn't they
Moving
be
on to
reducing
this
their
one.
workforce?
I don't understand. So they're going to continue this way. All right.
APC hits Dogara, his saboteur, paperweight. He has not formally informed us, says PDP. I was absent in court on health grounds, says Kalu. Buhari names Yusuf Bichi as the new DG DSS. Sit at home, army police take over Onitsha, clamp down on IPOD members. So Dogara has moved over to PDP.
Not officially.
Not officially. Yeah, not officially.
Because the PDP are saying that they have not been notified by him. But yes, his body language has moved because he says he's going to be contesting under the PDP. The APC is warning him, okay, better just sit down. Don't go and contest because you will lose gallantly. I wanted to talk about our new DSS.
Yes, I really wanted to talk about that. I am really interested in that. Because people have been saying this. They've been talking about this, the new DG DSS. Well, they are saying that he's competent. That's according to federal government. But the thing is, people are wondering, especially some people are of the opinion that, well, they have been supporting the president. And there are some things that the president needs to be sensitive to, especially when they talk about, you know, make it equal, don't make it look like you're bringing people from your own part of the country alone. And, well, some people are of the opinion again that, well, he's up to the task, just leave him. But this again,
Federal character.
Let's look at the federal character. Let's look at the whole country.
Sefa is from Bayelsa State, and people had issues with the fact that could he be, they questioned his possible loyalty because that was the perception.
Yes.
Now, so with this new gentleman, he's from, is it Sokoto? Where's he from?
It's from...
They didn't tell us. He went to school of Zaria. He went to Zaria's
Please
school in
let me
Zaria.
not say what I don't know. They say it's from Katsina.
We don't know. I don't know. The article I read is specified. They just say he went to school in Zaria. And so we know, obviously, maybe the presidency is probably more comfortable with this one.
Yes, because it has to do with loyalty. You have to be loyal to the president or the presidency if you're in that position. But then, is there no other person from any other part of the country
We're
that
told
can
that
be loyal?
Sefa was the most qualified, is the most senior officer in DSS. So people automatically assume that
why
he's not
there's
being.
a question. You remember when the IGP
It's a political
also...
appointment, do not forget. So it is not a matter of, oh, technocrat. Yes, you have to bring somebody who knows the job.
Let's move on. Let's move on to
The next
Vanguard.
part. Okay, I wanted
Remind us
to.
of IGP
Can I quickly talk about the IPOB?
We have to move on to
All right,
Vanguard.
it's okay.
Sanwo-Olu sets up 21-man campaign team as pressure mounts on Tinubu to drop Ambode. PDP presidential ticket, governors divided as 8 drum. Support for Saraki BOT to meet aspirants on consensus candidates. Minimum wage, you talked about that. Look, no, we'll arrive at definite figure, says federal government. So let's talk about this Sanwo-Olu matter. I know, Jumoke, you've not heard your opinion on this matter, so just tell us.
I don't have an opinion. No.
What did the paper say?
So Sanwo-Olu appointed 21-man committee for his campaign. Simple.
Okay, so
You don't have an opinion,
no, he doesn't have an opinion. Okay, no, but the general story is that everybody's thinking, from what I have read, and the articles are saying that everybody's thinking that this whole issue of Ambode is about Asiwaju. And they're saying he's just one person. There are so many political machinery out there, so many factors, so many people who feel things were not done certain ways, and it's not about Tinubu himself. So now, Tinubu is now trying really hard to resolve it. So he was flown to Abuja on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So the
President
president had a
called
conversation with him. The Abubakar also have to intervene. So everyone's intervening to see what they can do. So it's not about Asiwaju, it's about the party
Right,
structure.
you should just have allowed us move on from this story, because now I have to say my opinion.
No, you don't have to say your opinion. Can we talk about the minimum wage?
I can say what people are saying out there, because one of those things I heard is that, see,
Unconfirmed reports according to Olayemi.
oh my
go
gosh,
ahead.
I said that's what people are saying.
Okay.
They are, I mean, taking a cue from what you said, that it's just one person. That's okay, you shouldn't listen to all of these people who are saying this, because when things go wrong, they won't stand with him. They'll be saying,
But
oh,
then
do
again,
this, do this.
Let's talk about internal democracy in the party. Is this guy qualified to aspire? Let him aspire. And then we'll see what the delegates, yes, we'll see what the delegates
So it
do.
goes back to us having the opportunity to vote, not us, the party members.
And whoever the party brings, even if it's
We'll
the
accept.
incumbent, we the people will say that, has he done well? Do we want him to come back? It's our decision finally. Let them do their
At the end
thing.
of the day. So true.
Okay, that's all we can take on front page review. When we come back, we discuss how some celebrities are being job shamed, and later we get a celebrity guest on the couch. You don't want to miss this guy. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So the rate at which Nigerians job shame celebrities has obviously increased. We recently heard of how some Nigerians went after Betty Rabo for traveling on economy class. Also, the story of former winner of the popular reality show was seen driving a cab. So we ask, is any job superior to others? And is there no dignity in labor anymore? Join the conversation 070 806-68014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. So obviously, recently, lots of celebrities have been job shamed because when they travel abroad, they do menial jobs to get about, to just keep the body and soul together. And some actually, even within Nigeria, are having to resort to doing cab driving. I mean, now cab driving is almost too now because everybody's doing Uber and Taxify and everything. But why are people having issues? And why do we put so much pressure on celebrities to keep up with the Joneses?
Okay, I think I have an answer to that, perhaps. So our society, or we live in a society that actually respects wealth more than the substance people have to, offer. Wow. And as such, because a lot of people want respect, or so many times they actually love respect, they live above their means.
Yeah, but you see, when you have money doesn't mean you get respect, though. Because I know a lot of rich people that they don't have a name, they don't have influence, they just have money. And that's why people don't go into politics, because they have some money, but now they feel as if
they want power.
They want power, they want influence, they want to be that person everybody reveres. So it might not be only about respect, but let me come to you, Obiajulu.
It's the society that's the major problem. Our society is money-driven and morally bankrupt. So whatever it is that you do, in fact, being in the spotlight is more like a curse now and not even a blessing, because they have put you on a pedestal. You have to live up to their expectations, and they don't want it to be like you are falling their hand. What we say in Nigeria, falling hand. So you put a lot of pressure on these so-called celebrities. Because I came for, and because I'm on TV, doesn't mean I have everything. And then you put so much pressure on me. Why are you driving this kind of car? Why are you dressing this way? Why are you doing that? And I'm struggling, I'm doing whatever I take just to meet up to that expectation. Okay. So a lot of people bow to that pressure. Not everybody. Exactly. But mostly people bow to the pressure.
Thank you for the part of...
Why do people bow?
It's not easy.
That pressure.
Okay, because, see, according to Betty Rabo, what she said she was just sitting there, economy, and somebody saw her minding her business, and somebody saw her and said that, oh, did they downgrade you? So she was wondering. She said, Auntie, did they downgrade? So, no, with a smile. And another person was like, you are sitting here. I mean, that's why? Why should you just let her just celeb in peace? Like, just sit down there and enjoy her life. Is it that she cannot take it?
Honeypot also told Betty Rabo also told us a story of how she went to a wedding and she had been forced to buy the ashwebi for 80,000. She truly didn't want to spend that amount of money. She got there, this, society, big woman, there wasn't space. She was standing outside in her ashwebi. And then Dangote walked in his buba and shokoto, no ashwebi and slippers. And the mother of the bride got up from the high table
to welcome Dangote.
So go and look for a chair for him by herself. Wow. And then Betty Rabo said, it's not about buying ashwebi, it's about having a personality, substance, being somebody. So it is,
if
you decide to allow pressure get to you. They were talking about the winner of
Project Fame.
What's Olawale, who is now driving a cab. And he's saying, to make ends meet, I have to drive a cab. Now, he could have fallen under pressure unnecessarily and started doing all sorts of things. But he has his head screwed on tight to do the right thing.
Now, that person is rare. It is rare. We have people like that. It's an individual thing. Yeah. But it is very rare. There are very few people.
So take these things, pressure creeping in. It's almost as if you don't know when it creeps in on you.
You don't know.
You don't know anything. Because
agree.
Recently, let me give an example of myself. Recently, I was telling, people were complaining about my car. this your car has 3 colors. One side is, it's just funny colors. And I started telling her in the office, please change this car for me now. It's too old. And they're like, babe, change car. We're still looking for a car for regular. But I started telling everybody that, please, this car is getting embarrassing because it's almost 3 colors. When I go out, it's almost as if they expect me Mariah from your view. I mean, so I get that. I had that feeling of I am not driving the right kind of car. So I started telling my husband, this is your Camry. I think I'll be driving it too. Maybe I just park TVC's official car and be using. But you see, it's because that pressure.
It creeps
I feel that when I go somewhere, people shouldn't see me come down on this 3-color car.
Let me tell you, there was this story about Linda Keji. She actually said it herself in one of her interviews, how she became big. She said she went for a beauty contest and she didn't win. And then she went back, okay, what can I do with myself? And she started the gossip blog.
Okay.
Now, if she had won that beauty pageant, she wouldn't have bothered getting into gossip blog. It would look demeaning for her beauty queen status. That is what the society makes it out to be. Do you understand?
Right.
So, but because she didn't get it, she had to, okay, what do I do to help myself? And today, she's the biggest in Africa,
Let me take this call from Yola. Morning, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, go ahead, please.
Okay, there's a saying that goes, one plunder becomes a way of life for a group of men in a society. Over the course of time, they create for themselves a legal system that authorizes it and a moral code that justifies it.
Very true.
This is exactly what is going on in Nigeria, especially the ruling elite. They send you an example of what to aspire to, which are the inanities and vanities of life. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know,
That was very beautiful
I
one.
will be sounding like a broken record if I go back to the military days, free oil money, because prior to that, with your small Peugeot, you know, fresh graduate, you are good, you know. But once that oil money came and it started spreading, we became materialistic.
Can we ever live being materialistic?
But this
We
is
can.
it. Because see, it is not only in Nigeria. Abroad, the other time, the former actor of Cosby Show, that's Jeffrey Owens, was actually job shamed. And well, because of that now, because it was, yes. And there is another actor here in Nigeria, something Ogedengbe, Femi Ogedengbe. He works as a security guard. And some people were even saying that Gardner, you know, when they see you work and they don't understand, they just say anything. They can even say that you were washing corpses or something like that. And then he said he didn't really have the money. And this is going back to the pressure. Look at people. There are many times that you see these celebrities carry drugs, do so many things because they want to keep up with the Joneses. Now, this person has refused to do
and the
this.
Joneses are broke.
I want us to get real.
Can I get real
Yes,
with
please.
you to say that there will always be pressure and people will always talk regardless of what you do. Okay. So you prostitute, we're going to abuse you. You carry drugs, we are the first to say Oloju Kokoro. So you have to determine your moral code. The same thing. Oh, so is this car that you did? And I will look in my car. This very comfortable car. I love my radio. I love
Even
the
as a
AC.
broadcaster, because there is another journalist who is carrying Chanel bag, this, that, and then they look at you, they're saying that you're not working hard enough. Why are you not getting the money?
So
and then you're
Olayemi,
wondering.
if I listen to that person, because I don't know what that other broadcaster is doing, and then I start to
Extra.
do stuff, they're the first to also say, look at them, broadcaster, sleeping around. Oh,
So for me,
so
we should go
you
back to
have
the
to-
basics.
Go
The
ahead.
basics being we're raising children right now. We have to start teaching them that you have to understand hard work. You have to stay on course. You have to be diligent. You have to be consistent. You don't have to look at what your neighbor is eating and what your neighbor is doing. The day I have chicken, you eat chicken with me. The day there's no chicken, we eat fish. There's no fish, we eat crayfish.
So let's
we
use
start
this
from
gentleman,
that foundation.
Femi Ogedengbe, as
Yes,
the security
yes.
guard in the US. If you look at him, if he comes to Nigeria, people might not give him that kind of regard that you'd have given somebody like maybe an
No, but he's coming back to Nigeria and bringing money and then, you know, spending money because it takes care of my family and takes care of my people at home. So, you know, because he has money when he's coming back, they
will
don't
respect him.
They will
Yes.
respect
Respect
him.
him.
Yes, and I think that was why they asked this question, because of what happened to Betty Irabo. Maybe it was the reason they asked this question because Joke Silva was featured in our magazine and is the latest, and she said that I am not living my life for fans. Because if I live my life for fans and then anything goes wrong, there will be the same set of people to come back at you. They criticize you. So, I mean, what
She also answered that the fans are not living their lives for her.
Yeah.
There's no reason to live her life for them.
Ebenezer Obey has said it, that there's nothing you do that you will satisfy human beings. Decide your moral code. So God is your pillar. Stick to the rules of God and do what you need to do, because regardless of what you do, they're going to talk negatively.
Who's that call? Morning, are you there?
Hello, good morning.
Daniel, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I love your topic. Very interesting.
Thank you.
My take on the whole issue is that it is an African Nigerian thing. We love this cosmetic fake life. You know, when you go to outside the shore of this country, you know, they live a very simple life. You know, you see people like Warren Buffett driving old cars, living in old houses, and investing their wealth on humanity. Somebody will leave America and come down to Nigeria and invest in a generation that he will never see for life.
Can you imagine?
And people should just be true to themselves, and we should try and live above societal and peer pressure.
It's not easy.
Because
Daniel, thank you very much for that point. It's not, because
We're flamboyant in nature.
what he said just reminded me of something. When I was in school, when I was trying to move back home, I was telling myself, because I knew Nigerian girls like fashion. All these girls might look good. So I said, I'm going to stick to my jeans and my t-shirts. And I bought plenty blue jeans and t-shirts and my sneakers. That was my identity.
Did you stick to it?
I was doing, after you go for a few parties, a few events, when they finish abusing your life.
I have stuck to who I am majorly. Of course, you will evolve over time. The things that you want yourself, over time, you start to be able to afford some of those things.
Right.
So you become the best of what you want without being half of what other people want you to be.
Right.
So you love your jeans, you can start to wear designer jeans and fancy tops, different kinds. They don't have to necessarily be t-shirt, but you have to remain true to yourself. Because when you start owing money now, they will say, look at her, she's schooled abroad. She cannot even afford that. So you have to stick to who you are.
I think we can
I like to
end
take a few sweets.
Well, and I think that, sometimes some people have been in the shoes, especially this influencer, this style influencer. She passed on last week. She died of cancer. Her name is Kadaiza. And she said, one of the last things she said before she passed on was that, you know, I have a lot of, I won't even say verbatim, but then I'll just summarize it. She was saying that she has a car outside, parked outside, that can do nothing for her. She has, you know, lots of designer bags, clothes that can't do anything for her. And at the end of the day, in a nutshell, she's saying that the whole essence is love. Just be sure to love and stay with the people. Enjoy the people you love.
Let me take one tweet. Timothy says the irony is those who abuse you don't even have kobo in their account.
I'm telling you.
They don't have phones. We can take on this segment. When we come back, our celebrity guest takes the couch. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, Larry Ekundayo, popularly known as The Natural, is a Nigerian professional boxer. Larry's career as a professional boxer started back in November 2012 when he defeated 3 boxers in one night to become the light middleweight prize fighter champion in London. He has won so many other fights. Welcome with us, The Natural. Give us your, you can call us on 070-806-6814. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. So, how you doing?
I'm a bit nervous, actually.
Why?
Like
For women.
It's funny to say that your professional career started in 2012 when you won your first match in 1998. Can you explain the difference between all the... Go ahead, sir.
What you call it? The amateur is different from pro. So I started the amateur is like apprenticed.
Oh.
So you don't really make money for it. You're fighting for your nation. Right. But when you turn pro, you're fighting for yourself.
So tell us, I read that you started boxing in self-defense as a 12-year-old kid. Tell us about the story. What exactly happened?
I grew up, my dad was in the Nigerian army, so I was born and brought up in Charity Oshodi, then moved to my mom in Mushin, so it was a complete different area. And you just have to hold your own ground when it comes to growing up in somewhere like Mushin. So that's how I started. I started boxing with the hope that I can defend myself, and I couldn't tell my mom. I say, oh, Molo, listen. So she found out that I was boxing on the national TV. So yeah, that's how.
Okay, so that is one thing you actually started doing by yourself, because you know, these days they talk about how you notice stuff, you know, in children from the outset, like, okay, this is what they like doing, and so you nurture them in that way. And that is the difference between Nigeria and so many other climes, you know, because you find out that here it's just about going to the primary school, secondary school, university, but
to become a doctor,
to become or lawyer or something. But you know that in other climes, you already know that this person is going to be a ballet dancer, and so you start training this child from, you know, from a very young age. And that child becomes that. So now you've been talking about having an academy here in Nigeria.
Yep.
And then what have you done? And how do you think this is even going to work out? Because we've had people talk about this, and at the end of the day, it did not even work.
I'm so happy that you actually mentioned that topic. I started boxing without telling my parents because I was so scared. You know, the perception everyone have about boxers. And it's not only Nigeria. But when I moved to UK, it was completely different. Okay. You have to understand, not all of these kids are gonna be academically smart, but doesn't mean they can't be somebody important in life and they can't inspire other youth coming up. Over there, you have the government will pay schools to take the antisocial kids to boxing, to football, club, everything. And people that's even training them making a good money from it. First, I have to start with myself if I want to come back and build academy here, the boxing academy. So, and these are the proof that I've done it myself.
Been successful.
And it can't. Myself alone can't do it.
Right.
Okay.
So I need everyone's support.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me talk about you. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I read about your change of career from bantam weight to welterweight. What's the difference between those two boxing?
Bantamweight is 54 kg.
Oh.
So this was 98. I was pretty young. And in 1998, I was the Imo 98 champion as a bantamweight, but too greedy, I'm just eating and I'm growing. So I move up to welterweight, which is a 4 weight above bantamweight. Now, usually people move from one weight to other rather than jump the whole 4. And I remember vaguely that a coach said to me, "You're gonna get killed." Because
it was too much.
Yes.
So to speak.
And I refused, and I've been like that since I was a kid. I refused for anyone to project their fear into me because this is my temple.
Right.
And I want all these youth to understand you can achieve anything you put your mind into.
Okay, thank you for mentioning the issue of coach, because we watch all these movies about boxers, and you always have there's this conversation where the boxer has been discovered, you know, somebody, an agent spots this guy somewhere fighting, and he goes to him saying, "I'm going to make you a star." You know, that kind of conversation. Did you ever have that conversation? How did they spot you? How did they discover? How did you get spotted out?
I wouldn't say I get spotted out. Movies is different.
Okay.
So
it's a reality.
But also, there's reality to it.
Okay.
I can have, let's say, 10 kids that have never done anything before regarding boxing. And you can tell straight away that one will be special.
Okay.
However, not necessary to make it, because you can have the talent, and hard work beat talent when that talent doesn't work hard enough. So I started boxing with the hope to be able to defend myself so I don't get my lunch money taken from me. But when I got to the gym, within a year, the attention that I get from the other fighters that's way older than me is completely different. and they encouraged me to keep pushing. And
To tell us on the journey from Nigeria
To the UK.
To the UK.
oh boy, I said we'll sleep here. Well, I started the boxing just as I said earlier to just protect myself, and my mom have restaurant, it's a street food, but we now have to make it sound posh.
Joints.
That's it, there you go. I help my mom during the day. I mean, like when I come back from school, freshen water and get some stuff done, and gym start 5 o'clock, so I rush to the gym and I'll tell her I'm doing lesson. My mom is still busy anyway, so she don't even check what subject she do or.
Right.
In 1998, I then represented Lagos State at the National Sport Festival. The Sport Festival is one of the biggest thing that happens in Nigeria. It's like a mini Olympic within the country.
Okay.
So one goal that put me straight to the national team.
Okay.
And I remember I've had fighters that I've heard the name for years. They're like my idol, people that when you heard about them, how good they are, you'd be so scared to even think you would ever step in the same ring with them. And
You got that opportunity.
to actually share a ring with some of them that actually on my weight. And I then, as you said, like I then get spotted from the national coaches, like, who is this kid?
Right.
And that was it. So in 2000, again, I moved up weight to welterweight, which is 4 weight above the actual bantamweight.
Right.
Won gold again, Bauchi 2000.
So I know you've been giving us a story, but how has it been money-wise? You started earning from 2012. Before then, how did you get by?
So whatever you do in life, if you do it well, people will always support you. And that's the honest truth. And it's funny enough, you guys mentioned that a celebrity life, how people want you to have this image and thing, but they can't even afford it themselves.
Yeah.
And you know, when I was younger, I struggled to even buy a pair of shoes, but now I have people offering me it's like the best shoes, you know. But when I can afford it, I get it for free. So whatever you do, when you do it well, you will always get support.
All right, so before you came on the couch, we were talking about, the other side of this, because I read somewhere that Anthony Joshua was talking about how he would not allow any of his children, do boxing or go into boxing. And I'm wondering, if you're enjoying it so much, if it is something that gives you a lot of accolades and you're fulfilled, why won't you allow your children do this? And then we talked about, Muhammad Ali having Parkinson's disease and all that, perhaps,
the side effects of boxing to your brain.
Side effects of this, are there negative sides? Because yes, people are watching, they really want to, maybe some people really want to be like you, they're aspiring, but then are there side effects to this? Maybe they should know the other side of it.
The best thing in life have side effects. True. It's too much. The food we eat, the water we drink, everything. And I will agree with Anthony Joshua, also disagree with him.
Okay.
I don't mind my kids doing boxing if they want to. Whatever my children want to do, I will support them.
Go ahead.
Okay. Cool.
But the politics in boxing is more than the whole politics in Nigeria.
Are you kidding?
That's a whole new kind of one.
No.
Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about the politics and we'll talk about your relationship with Reverend Ajayi. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Your View. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So you defeated 3 boxers in one night to get the prize fighter championship in London.
Yeah.
And usually when that happens, you're supposed to actually be signed up for Sky Sports. What happened?
That's a great question. Yes, I defeated
Was it
3
because you're
guys.
black or
Nigerian.
Nigerian?
It's not even. It's not. It hasn't got anything to do with race or where you come from.
Okay.
It just depends on how many people you can bring to the event. So it's all about selling tickets.
Wow.
So, but funny enough, you said because you're Nigerian. Apparently, when my commercial agent questioned the people, like, what's going on? Why can't we? How come you haven't signed this kid? And we're like, no, it's Nigerian.
Wow. So that's part of the politics you were talking about
Yes,
earlier.
these are the politics in boxing. And you can be the best boxer, not necessarily that you will get opportunity to fight for world titles. So boxing, the politics there, you can be the best among all of us, but they will move you to find someone that you can beat and you look good. And even when you fight, your fight don't get televised.
So it is arranged.
It's not range, kind of, but if you
about selling tickets.
can't, but that's the thing, you can't sell ticket, but you haven't been given the TV platform. When people see you, they will support.
So what can we do in Nigeria to change that to help you?
We need to celebrate our own, because when they, for example, I'll tell you this, and this is so true, because growing up, I wouldn't use coconut oil, adiagbon,
Yes.
because that means you're poor.
Yes.
That's what we'll use now.
But then the foreign people then tell us, oh, it's good for your skin.
Another one started using it.
Everyone is buying it way expensive. The attire that you guys wearing now, do you know how much they sell it? I can't even remember this
Ankara?
company.
Yeah.
Like, they sell it for
Very expensive.
but we don't embrace
Appreciate
our
what we
own
have.
stuff.
Yeah, so true. So I wanted to ask, in the course of your career, before you became this big and huge, did you ever think of quitting? Because we know
So many times.
So many times.
So many
What
times.
kept you going?
First, my children.
How many you got?
I've got 3. I've got 2 girls and a boy. My children and my commercial agent. As
Kept
much,
encouraging
yes.
you.
His name is Ben Gray.
Ben Gray.
This guy would not let. I've sat down with him at least, and I'm not. At
You're not
least
praising him?
4 times. Like, that's it. Look, I'm done.
Okay, I've spoken to Ben Gray, and I know that he truly supports you. Is really, about your career. This year, you won the European International Boxing Federation title,
Yeah.
and Ben Gray said the main reason you were coming to Nigeria was to thank Nigeria for the support. Have you enjoyed support in your 1 week of being here? Have you been met by any government official, anybody at all?
Actually, 2 days ago, I met with His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo.
Oh,
Wow, that's good.
But the most important thing is, no, I won't say important. It's just like the thing that I found amazing was coming out of the airport and I have a big reception, like a heroic welcome.
But there
Ben
was
Gray
this,
ensured that
but really, there was this report that you went straight to a particular church and they welcomed you.
That's
you went to the church.
exactly.
So it's almost like that church brought you to Nigeria, and they are the only ones celebrating you.
That's exactly what I wanted to kind of like point. She organized it all. Reverend Mother Ajayi. She put it all together, and
What's your relationship with her?
she sponsored me.
Wow.
And with, if it wasn't for her and His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they both sponsored me. My commercial agent here, Kohemi Buhari, he's the one that kind of like met with His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu to kind of like give me the support. So I will tell you, so this title, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to fight for it if it wasn't for the support of Mother.
So what you need from Nigerians is support. The same way Anthony Joshua is also getting a lot of recognition here. What that does, it increases your value over there.
Yes,
Then people want
support.
so you can sell the tickets. So that's the idea. So once your popularity gets up and people know you, then you can actually get bigger fights.
I guarantee you now, with the reception I got here, it's been over there. I came with one of the best what you call it, magazine. It's called Boxing News. A young man here with me. It's called. I brought him along with me. Ian, he wrote for the Boxing News, and there's so many things being sent back. When I go back, I would have so many chances to have a fight. And also, I talked about the politics. You don't have a level playing field fight. Like, they will do anything to make you lose.
So, all right, so we're talking about boxing being a gentleman's sport. And, you know, I wonder what goes on in your mind when you actually knock somebody out, or you win someone, or you fought against someone, or defeated someone.
It's a complete gentleman's sport in the sense that you have self-discipline. You know, you know what things that you should do and not to. Respect every single person.
Nice.
Not only outside, but also in the ring. My last fight, I caught the guy with a good jab in his nose, and I can see the agony in his face.
Ouch.
Now, usually people go for the kill. I backed off. Aww. No, it's crazy because I genuinely backed off. Like, and this is one of the most dangerous fighters in my division there. And they help for having the proper training camp, because it's not only that you just train and that's it. You need to have a specialist and thing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we're
we
out of time.
have
Let's
to
take
run
a
out
few
of time. We're going to take tweets, and my last question to you was going to be that at 36, how many more years you have for boxing, and what should we be expecting from you in the future? Before you answer that question, there are two tweets. For Lou Tomisin says, Larry Ekundaya, were you at any point in time under pressure from your parents, friends, and people around you telling you that you can't make it in boxing? Please, how did you stay strong? And your tweet.
Your tweet, okay, it's about what we talked about. He said, Biliki said, it helps to stay grounded and be humble. Be yourself, do what you're capable of, and ignore the background noise.
All right, so the question.
Yes. Funny enough, my mom was happy the first time she saw me on the national TV that I was doing something positive. Thank God it wasn't a crime watch. So I'm sure. So I hope
you talk about your kids a lot. Any wife? Do you have a wife? Married?
Yes, before I was, but not anymore.
Okay.
But my kids are.
All right, so I wanted to ask, would you tell us when you would retire? Because we know that in this game, sports, people retire at certain age.
It's funny. When we talk about age and thing, and this goes back to the embracing our own. As a black person, we were built completely from a white, and this got nothing to do with race, but the fact that the foreign... Yes, and you know what they say about black? Black don't crack.
Crack, yeah.
So you're still there.
Fred Mayweather.
Yeah, we have to go.
Oh, wow.
Next time, I'm going to come back next time.
When are you going back?
When
are you going back?
I'm here till the 23rd.
Okay, we wish you the very best.
Wishing you the best.
Thank you.
All right, hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.